enabled because I don't think it's actually possible for
aimbot
them to make
and
a bad
hacks.
show. VV was just a showcase of what happens when you have a top tier production in every aspect. Take a time travel Terminator plot. This felt like watching a Hollywood blockbuster production in anime form, and my god, was it a joy to see.
Nah, they was really boxing in VV. Y'all niggas don't even understand, bro.
You nasty.
Sakura said, your man behind the camera director, here with another gigguk reaction, best anime 2021. As of this video, all yearly, all seasonal videos will be completed, up to date, caught up. And now we go into the old stuff. But anyways, I've already been doing a backlog. This is the year. I'm not gonna call it post Roni because technically, like, anything after 2020 is post Roni, but this is the first year of anime after Roni happened. Now, me personally, last year we were right. I was right. I said we like y'all said anything. I was right. And there was a massive decline in anime. Even gigguk himself said nothing really jumped out to him, and the best anime he chose wasn't even finished at the time. 2021, I foresee from, I remember, yo, everybody was locked up inside. People finally started getting back to work, and anime was dropping, left, right, center, everywhere. And I'm assuming, and I'm hoping this season, gigguk finds something that really sparked his spirit, hit his soul, touched that little thing in the back of his throat, and made him happy again. Yeah, I actually can't remember what anime came out in 2021. Again, this is where we just really started watching a whole lot of stuff. So my memory is mixed between what came out in 2021 and what we're watching now is backlogged from 2021. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to jump into this. Make sure you comment down below, what was your favorite anime going into 2021? And by the end of the year, what caught your eye, if you even remember? Let's get into it.
2021 might not have lived up to be the savior of 2020 as we all originally hoped it to be.
So we hear.
You know what? At least the anime.
I love when gigguk's like, DN, you're right. And not just DN, you're right, like eventually, right off the bat. I love it.
It was pretty banging.
Ooh, 86 was fire. VV? Oh no, this year was fucking ballin'. Nah, I already know this is the goated year of anime.
This year was
and Komi?
the year of anime that we deserved after 2020. There was so much great stuff that came out this year that when picking my favorites, actually pretty cutthroat to what I talked about today, or we'd be here all day. Beastars 2, Dragon Maid 2, and Slime 2 won't be making my list because even though I watched them all and love them, I don't have anything interesting to say about them other than, yeah, it's more of the same good shit, innit? Jujutsu Kaisen and my previous anime of the year, ReZero, pretty much continued what I said about them last year. So if it was a sequel or continuation, I didn't have anything more interesting to add, it's cut. But before we get to the best shows I saw, let's see all the other amazing things that happened for anime in 2021. The year started off with X-Arm, an anime that broke
oh my god,
one of the lowest rated anime to come out on
release.
An anime that had more bugs than Cyberpunk by a team that had never worked on an anime before. To the surprise of everybody, that made Berserk 2017 look like Violet Evergarden using animation techniques never before seen in the history of the medium. In summary, anime of the year. Not to be outdone, after years of radio silence, High Guardian Spice dropped to stunning praise. I mean, just look at this. The opening has 9,000 likes and not a single dislike. I guess everyone enjoyed it. A lot of people refuse to call this anime at all, but how can you not when this is clearly the most accurate adaptation we've ever gotten of those early 2000s how to draw manga books. Not also forgetting we got the groundbreaking release of the revolutionary biopic about the greatest gamer to ever live. Redo of Healer.
Oh, hell yeah, we got Redo?
Fantasy,
I mean,
like it's Pokemon, healing bitches like it's Overwatch, and for his ultimate move, enchanting dicks like it's Minecraft. What a true gamer. Honestly, shock value aside, I would have preferred this just be a proper hentai with full-length scenes so I don't have to pretend to give a shit about the writing. I think it makes wonders that Redo tried so bad to be offensive, not even Twitter was offended because it was so bad. Overall, history, deleted, phone, yeeted, holy water, needed,
beat it. I agree but disagree with gigguk. He said he wishes Redo just became a full-blown hentai so he could really just enjoy the moment to ignore the story. I personally feel like they should have taken out the hentai and worked more on the story so I could enjoy the goddamn story. Like, don't get it twisted. It was good, the moments, right? But like, come on, let's be real. I think it was a better story. I think it was a better story. I think the story was cooking enough that it didn't need the sex stuff. Gigguk said, cut out the story, give me nothing but sex. We're just not the same. I never thought I would be on the right side of history on this one. Shame on you, Gigguk. Shame.
One of the wealthiest, most powerful men in the world is secretly a vigilante, and your plan is to blackmail this person?
Damn right it is, because you are black and you are male.
After much anticipation, Netflix released their reimagining of Cowboy Bebop, and I mean, what can I say? You got fantastic scripting, straight out of Seinfeld. Vicious looks just as threatening as a Dogecoin millionaire, and I'm happy for all these cast members getting another great acting gig.
What
happened to John Cho?
John Cho is fucking killing it on a sick hit Netflix show. That's what happened to John Cho.
Promised Neverland Season 2 thought it would be a good idea to skip 60-odd chapters worth of content containing one of the most beloved arcs of the manga, to skip right to the end and kind of hope that people just wouldn't notice.
Oh, that's what happened?
They did. One Piece celebrated its 1000th episode.
Alright, talks about don't watch Season 2 from
showing that
Neverland.
One Piece fans are unmatched in their sheer commitment to one thing, proving that they are in fact the ideal life partner anyone could hope for.
A
It's
virgin.
actually possible for a One Piece fan to get laid. Speaking of not getting laid,
what? Same
Evangelion
joke.
fans were finally rewarded.
Evangelion fans.
I don't know why I'm making these jokes. I'm an Ava fan and a One Piece fan. Evangelion fans were finally rewarded as Evangelion was 3+1.
21.
As fans
21.
given the one ending no one ever expected. An actual fucking ending. Yes, longtime fans like myself were finally able to say goodbye as Evangelion turns around one last time and said, good night, good morning, thank you, and finally, honestly, it's hard to put into words the wave of emotion I felt watching a franchise so dear to my heart actually being put to rest. But even so, there was something else this year that
Oh god, that's a lot of bodies hitting the floor.
Harder. Every so often, we come across someone in history that's seemingly been able to immortalize themselves through their work. Someone standing at the pinnacle of their craft, setting the standard their fellow peers aspire to reach, and inspiring countless others with a sphere of influence you'll never be able to directly quantify. But you feel it. Someone like this doesn't appear every day, but if there is a person out there who I think can claim that title...
Oh god, what is he about to say?
Kentaro Miura.
Oh.
Berserk is a title that should need no introduction. A manga that's constantly at the top of everyone's favorites of all time. It's a gruesome story with some of the most nightmarish imagery you can find anywhere in the medium, yet I can't think of any other way to describe this tale other than beautiful. There's a soul to Berserk I can't even begin to describe, but I can feel it emanating from every panel as though a piece of Miura himself was etched into every page. It's something that went beyond the medium of manga, a craft we rarely ever get to see. And now, something
a skeleton on a
we'll
throne?
never be able to see the end of. In times like these, it can be easy to lament the things that we'll never be able to experience. We'll never be able to see Griffith's kingdom, the ancient king's full backstory, Guts finding his revenge and closing off the final chapter of everything he's been through. But to me, no matter what things we'll never get the chance to see in the future, what we were lucky enough to get the chance to bear witness to in the first place will always trump that. You were able to bear witness to a lost soul finding purpose in life.
Did I accidentally change videos?
Been able to. You were able to bear witness to someone who had found beauty in the most hellish of places. You were able to bear witness to one man who never gave up on life, never stopped fighting, never backed down when not a single soul would have blamed him for doing so. You were able to bear witness to one of the greatest stories ever told.
Did the manga for Berserker end? Oh, I did not understand. I didn't know he passed. I see.
Let's get to it.
I was so, bro, I was so confused. I was like, what just happened? I thought we were talking about Best Anime 2021. I didn't realize that was a tribute. I'm a piece of shit, but
Anime has conditioned me into thinking every romance
that
needs a
horror,
little bit of
Mia?
drama, a little bit of conflict, a little bit of spice. But what happens when you present me, the anime spice master, a completely spiceless vanilla romance about people who like each other, then end up together with little resistance?
This came out in
Turns out
2021.
it's pretty damn good. Horimiya proves that you don't need some complicated love dodecahedron to have a great anime romance. The most extraordinary thing it does is how many unextraordinary things happen in it. But that's exactly what makes it so great. It's so casual, so unbelievably real that it's comforting. You see, this
is
girl,
real.
well, she heard her boyfriend was hanging out with another girl and getting a bit chummy. I know what you're thinking, right? Classic misunderstanding. That is, until she did this one simple trick every romance writer hates her for. She asked him about it, and he explained it to her.
Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Together, then act like mature fucking people. And watching this made me realize that, you know what? A nice, wholesome, simple, vanilla relationship is the best thing any person.
Their relationship is not vanilla.
Can you come help me pick up the Evangelion Ono holes? I just got the 50-kilogram anime titties in the mail, and I have to go pick up the pussy of the round table too. So I could really use your help a little bit here, okay?
Hey, size! Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you haven't seen Horimiya, it is one of the most accurate and mature rom-coms to ever exist. I can't stress enough how, like, it just captures the teenage essence just really fucking well. Oh, sorry, college essence. It catches the college essence very well. It's so fucking relatable. And I don't care what Gigguk said, their relationship is not vanilla. I've never known in a I'm not gonna spoil it in case I haven't seen it, but it's one of the few rom-coms where something happens that most other rom-coms they never achieve. They never get there. They never come. I would like my applause now.
In a medium with some of the most decorated sci-fi shows of all time, you'd think it wouldn't take this long before some exec would have the realization of, maybe a Star Wars anime would be a good idea.
Why
Star Wars
is-
Visions is what happens if you give a bunch of talented
Star
creators and
Wars
studios the
Visions.
budget and creative freedom to do whatever they want with an IP and see if they can deliver, which they did. 9 stories filled
Really?
with wonderful ideas that push the imagination of what we've seen in the Star Wars universe. And the concert episode. I'll be honest, I'm
And the
not even a
concert
Star Wars
episode.
fan except for 2 things, Jedis and lightsaber battles, and oh boy. We've got lightsabers that look like katanas. This chick has a lightsaber umbrella that she uses to helicopter into a fight.
Oh
This
my
dude uses a
God.
crystal to supercharge his lightsaber into a rainbow super saber so he can go at hyperspeed while standing on the nose of an X-wing so he can tear a fucking star
Oh
destroyer in
my
half. This shit had
God.
so much lightsaber
That's
porn,
thugging.
General Grievous had to watch it in incognito mode. Star Wars Visions is the Star Wars I wanted from Star Wars.
I had never
It
heard of
reels you into
this.
a corner of this amazing universe, then spits you off for the next exciting, exhilarating ride before you have a chance to catch your breath. And I really hope we don't have to wait as long again to see the next anime set a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Bro, I never even heard of that, but it looks fire. The idea's fire. I don't know
The
about
amount of
look.
sequels these days, it feels more like a quick cash grab. My gut reaction to seeing any continuation for a story that's already clearly finished is just stop.
Stop it.
The original Megalobox detailed the rise of Gearless Joe and his journey of winning the prestigious boxing tournament of Megalonia. And by the season end, everything was wrapped up. The character arc was complete, the plot threads were tied up, the story was over, there was nowhere left for this tale to go. Nomad was a sequel I didn't want or asked for, yet somehow it managed to exceed its predecessor in just about every way possible. Forget a boxing
Interesting.
anime with some character development, this was a character-driven drama with some boxing in it. It took the hero it had so carefully built up and completely broke him. Depression, drug abuse, managing grief. This is Joe in Megalobox Season 1, and this is Joe. Post-2020, Joe's story is no longer a simple
Jesus.
rise to fame underdog tale. It's an introspective saga of the fall of a hero, the inability to live up to legacy, and the struggle for redemption that comes after it. This is the benchmark of how to make a sequel to a story that's already ended, showing us there's always a new angle to explore, a new place to take a character, because there's always something that happens after Happily Ever After.
I was like free run, but for boxing.
Fucking quote Shrek.
Stupid. 12 and 11. Oh, Nagato is not even top 10. Komi is not top 10. Okay, time out. All right. I'm gonna have to forgive him. That is fine. It's only me who got the Among Us who thinks this shit's absolute fire. But I'm gonna forgive him. Once we get to the top 10, I'm gonna see how much we're gonna forgive him. But right now, we're good.
Quote Shrek. It wouldn't be a gigguk video without some anime girls, and 2021 saw the tale of two waifus on the opposite side of the spectrum. I can't
Very
pick
much
between.
so.
I'm gonna cheat and put them in the same place. On one side, we've got the cute but quiet Komi-san. She's hashtag relatable because she's a super introvert.
I do that.
And she has social anxiety.
I do that.
But she's so beautiful and good looking that everyone respects her and
do
wants to be
that.
friends with her anyway.
Yeah.
And on the other side is Nagatoro, basically just a doujin character who found herself in anime with enough smug energy to power the entire nation of Switzerland. Before airing, these were the two anime girls that dominated every profile picture I'd see. And I thought 2021 would be more of the anime profile
Fucking
pictures
senpai,
where
bro.
Komi Sims and Nagatoro fans would compete over which profile picture would get clowned on the most on the internet. Then, out of nowhere, NFT Bros appeared and went, hold my circus. Both of these shows follow its own simple formula that just works. Seeing Komi's journey of conquering her social anxiety just triggered this innate desire in me to protect at all costs. But the surprise was Nagatoro. I thought this was only going to appeal to the average Discord user who has the aspiration to one day be stepped on. I mean, just look at this devious smile. Look at the way she's making this guy cry. Look at this face and tell me she didn't just post memes in general, the bitch. But seeing the relationship develop between the unlikely couple was just the most wholesome surprise of the year. The smile far exceeded the smug, and I couldn't help but get invested. It's just simple, pure, light-hearted fun on all sides of the spectrum, so what can I say except it's wholesome? What can I say except it's wholesome?
Stop, please.
Alan, cut that.
He should have cut that. No, honestly, deadass. Nagatoro over Komi, but both are, you know, god tier rom-coms. And yeah, the thing that got me in Nagatoro, yo, the first couple episodes, y'all who watch it on YBR channel, y'all already know. The first couple episodes, I was like, I think I hate this bitch. I think I hate this fucking show. I don't know how we're supposed to keep watching it. And then it really got wholesome as all fuck. Like, I was like, God damn, it's just fucking hurt me. It's like, is that my heart? Is that my soul? Being fed? What the fuck is this? But yeah, no, honestly, Nagatoro's fire. Komi's Komi, bro. Either you get it or you don't. I'm not even gonna elaborate because she can't communicate.
I remember the first time watching shows like Serial Experiments Lane, Evangelion, Fooly Cooly, and not being able to understand anything I'd watched at all. Yet something about them stuck with me, like a parasite in my thoughts that I didn't come to fully appreciate until years after I had first watched them. And I have a feeling that Sunny Boy is gonna do exactly that for me. Sunny Boy is easily the most overlooked anime of 2021. Hell, even I overlooked it until one day I was just randomly recommended the OST to the show on YouTube, and on a whim, I gave it a listen, and instantly, I just fell in love. I needed to know what this show was about. Sometimes you don't watch a show because of something concrete that you can verbalize, but because of a feeling it gives you, and I don't know how I can say that without sounding like some pretentious art snob, but I have no other way to describe it. Its complex, multifaceted message is hidden behind a web of story paths steeped in surrealism that I can't even begin to untangle. From the concept of death, to the inner depths of the human psyche, to the nature of life itself. It's not ideas that will immediately leave an impact on you, but ones that slowly soak and seep in over time. I'm not going to pretend I understood everything about this anime, but I can already tell that part of it is going to stick with me for years to come. I just finished the show a month ago and I already feel nostalgic about it. It won't be appreciated immediately, but just give it a few years and I swear to God, this is one of those anime that will have aged like fine wine. 2021 was the year mecha anime came.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't seen that other show. Sunny Boy. But the fact that it made it over Nagatoro and Komi, I don't know, man. I'm hey, I know we got different tastes, but I'm looking at you funny, bro. Just a little funny.
Wine.
86, I approve!
Mecha anime came back with a vengeance. We got to see 2D mechs again. We got to see sequels to old beloved IPs. We got to see sequels to new beloved IPs. We got to see the greatest thing to ever exist, Gundam Hathaway.
What?
Alan, have you been tampering with my script again? But right at the
You
forefront
mean
was
Rich from
86.
Mercury?
Watching 86 made me feel like I was a new anime fan again, discovering mecha in the mid-2000s anime boom. It's been so long since I've seen a good old-fashioned military mecha show engage old fans while introducing a plethora of new ones to the genre. Right off the bat, we're introduced to a nation at war that seems to be reminiscent to World War II Germany, so you're like, oh, okay, it's a story where racism bad. And indeed, racism is bad. But as the show goes on and the layers get peeled back, you start to realize there's so much more at play here. The horrors of war, the corruption that comes with it, and the desperation of survival that can drive any person to commit atrocities in the name of victory. It constantly keeps you guessing, keeps you thinking. Season 1 sets up the stakes, sets up the drama, only to have Season 2 shatter everything you knew about the world it presented. This feels like a long-lost Generabuchi show from his prime, and I hope this is just the first of many upcoming mecha shows that can introduce a lot more of the current new generation of anime fans to the genre.
No, honestly, listen, 86, I still talk about 86 to this day. I know a lot of people don't like mecha anime because it typically has social, economic, geopolitical undertones or just overt tones like right in your goddamn face. And a lot of times there is an element of racism that just you can't ignore, right? But mecha anime is good. I don't know why we get the hate, bro. Go figure of all animes. I'm a mecha anime fan, but you can't blame me. Nah, I was with Battle Bots, fucking Power Rangers. Yo, mecha's my shit, bro. Gundam X-Wing, bitch, what? Big O? Come on, fuck out my face, man. I don't like the mecha anime hate, but it's because your palates aren't palpable. I don't think that's a good argument. Okay, Jojo, I'm not mad at it.
You Jojo, innit?
If you think you can graduate from this school without kissing my cock, you are dead wrong.
Oh my god, what? Vivi? I fucking approve, nigga.
At this point, I'm just convinced
Gigguk
Studio
be
Wit
spitting,
have
bro.
hacks enabled because I don't think it's actually possible for
Aimbot
them to make
and
a bad
hacks.
show. Vivi was just a showcase of what happens when you have a top-tier production in every aspect. Take a time-travel Terminator plotline with a badass female cyborg full-fledged action hero written by the guy who wrote ReZero with wit absolutely smurfing on that animation, and what you have is a complete exhilarating ride from start to finish.
Bro.
This year was the year of anime original shows, and Vivi is the prime example of what happens when it goes right. This felt like watching a Hollywood blockbuster production in anime form, and my god, was it a joy to see.
Nah, they was really boxing in Vivi. Y'all niggas don't even understand, bro.
About it is that it does everything great, but doesn't do anything exceedingly great. Animation, writing,
that's
characters,
tough.
music. This was a top contender for pretty much every category, while having a show or two that did a better job in one of those aspects. It's the master of everything, but grandmaster of none, and the fact that it's number 7 is more of a testament to how tough the competition was in the top 10, rather than how much of an all-around banger this
that's
series
fair.
was.
Nah, because I'm gonna tell you right now, everything, here's what I'm gonna say. At number 7, Gigguk hit the point of nitpicking, where everything from 7 forward, I expected to be the greatest show of its generation, pretty much. It was the greatest show at the beginning of the decade, no doubt, until this very moment in 2024. Okay? The fact that he's nitpicking saying Vivi did everything great, but not one thing exceptional, I disagree, because I feel like everything it did was exceptional. The story was dope, the visuals were dope, the box was dope, the OST was so fire that YouTube was clapping that shit. Like, everything, beginning to end in Vivi, was amazing. There was no space wasted, there was no such thing as a filler. The story was told very coherently. There was some moments where you thought you was about to see something else. Ha! You got fucking debated. I'm not gonna say Vivi should have been higher yet. But Vivi was it, bro. Vivi's one of those shows where when I say, if I'm telling you it's underrated, you gotta believe me. Cause y'all will call something like My Hero underrated. Y'all will call something like, I don't know, Bleach underrated. Like, no, those are perfectly rated. They're great fucking shows. Vivi, 86, now those are motherfucking underrated, bro. Especially Vivi. I want to say especially 86 and Vivi, but like if I had to choose Vivi or 86, I'm choosing Vivi, bro.
Souls, prepare to cry edition, but sometimes no amount of emotional prep can
Okay.
To Your Eternity.
You see,
follows
To Your
the
Eternity
journey
being
of an
VV,
immortal, shape-shifting
I
object
accept.
gaining sentience from the people and experiences it encounters. There's a poetic beauty in watching something that's the furthest thing from what you can call mortal, discovering its own humanity from the small pieces of everyone it meets. After watching a single episode, a single arc, you know how the series is going to play out. You prepare for the worst with everyone it meets, but it breaks you down anyway because it just carries this emotional weight that pulls down on your heart no matter how strong it is. What does it mean to live forever? What is there to be scared of when death isn't a fear? How do you go on living when everything around you does not? To Your Eternity erects this wall around your heart, tears it down, helps you build it back up just so it can shatter it over and over again. But every
Pretty
time
much.
you let it, because like Fushi, a part of that journey sticks with you with every new wall that you build. For a lot of us, there is nothing more frightening than death, but to me, there's something inherently beautiful about taking a being that cannot die and teaching it what it means to be alive.
Nah, To Your Eternity, approve.
For years now, Chinese animation has been knocking at the door of the anime community for one massive hit, one super sensation. And in 2021, we went, wait, is this what I think it is?
A succulent Chinese meal.
Link Click doesn't fuck around when it
Excuse
comes to
me?
introducing you to its premise. From the very first shot, we are shown the rules, we are shown the characters, we understand the stakes. The curtains roll, the stage is set, and you're thrust headfirst into a super wild ride. The concept immediately grabs you, pulls you in, and refuses to let go. You're put on the first episode, 5 minutes pass, and then you finish episode 5. Time travel is a concept that's been
God.
explored to hell and back, but it's genuinely refreshing and addicting when you find an angle that hasn't been done before, and Link Click capitalizes on this to the fullest. I know there's going to be that one comment saying, hey gigguk, this isn't really anime. And, well, I mean, you can watch the official Japanese Aniplex dub if that makes you happy, because I think this is just going to be the start of high quality Chinese animation having more of a presence in the anime
Damn, broke
community.
his motherfucking ankles.
I was Chinese.
Stop. It's funny on YBR's channel, there's always people trying to tell us to watch Link Click, watch Link Click, watch Link Click, Link Click please, Link Click please. And it's like, yeah, if we watch it, are y'all gonna watch it though? No, you should watch it on your own time. And it's like, okay. Interesting that you said, interesting to see that it made gigguk's top 5 of 2021. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Link was way older. Oh shit, it's actually 3 years old now, huh? Interesting. I thought it was way older, but to see that it came out in 2021, animated top 5, y'all might have been spitting, but I still don't think y'all watch the reactions like that. And I do know, and I've learned the hard way, I've definitely learned the hard way, that when it comes to reactions on anime, if it's not an actual anime, y'all won't watch it. It's very interesting to me. The moment it leaves Japanese original language, anime fans won't watch it. They won't watch American cartoons. They won't watch animated manhwas, right? Chinese? I don't think so, unless it's...
We get
King
told the
Bose?
phrase, never judge a book by its cover, time and time again. And
Fourth?
then time again, we go, what the fuck is this stupid children's cartoon doing on my seasonal anime chart?
That's what I thought it
On the
was.
surface, Ranking of Kings looks like your typical cheesy fairy tale of a deaf prince fighting against all odds to become the greatest king in the world. I mean, just look at this little munchkin. What could possibly go wrong? Then episode 2 comes out and you see this guy's entire clan gets massacred while he escapes only to be rewarded by the sight of his dead mother's corpse being paraded around. This guy gets to see his dad's frozen body get crushed into mush, fucking beheads a bird and is forced to drink the blood from his head. This fucker just goes ahead and chops off his own hand clean off after a fight. The entire thing looks like a children's storybook, but the things that happen in it can be anything but.
Yeah.
For all the cute, wholesome moments, this is a mature tale with complex, multifaceted characters that are always more than meets the eye. You got people like the Queen Mother, the typical evil stepmom you see in every fucking Disney movie who's scheming to give her own son the throne at any cost. Except when it's shown she just doesn't want to give the insane pressure of becoming king to her disabled stepson and actually loves and cares for him as much as her real son. And you can find examples like this
Man, I'm
all
not
over
gonna lie,
the
I
show.
almost
As
teared
soon
up.
as you think
That
you know a
shit
character,
fucking
they'll do
amazing
something
show,
unexpected
bro.
that adds an extra layer of depth to them. People with minimal lines feel like they have a complexity to them that most shows can't give in an entire season. Even the slimiest person has their morals. Even the most noble of people can be slimy. Ranking of Kings is an absolute masterclass in storytelling. It feels
really
like a
was.
storybook, yet plays out like a historical epic written by George R.R. Martin. This could very much be an anime of the year 2022 in the making if the second half follows through with everything this first half has built up. This is an incredible show I almost missed myself because of my preconceptions, so I swear to God, this is the last time I'll be judging a book by its cover.
Nah, it shouldn't be. Some books should be judged by their covers, but Ranking the Kings is not one of them. We almost passed up on Ranking the Kings because it looked funny too. We were like, yo, what the fuck is this PBS Kids 3 p.m. after school special they about to put us on? The fuck is this? And then, yeah, it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I actually have a Boji cosplay that I did the DreamCon. I did a whole fucking video. It was fire. I was out here sneaking niggas. But yeah, Ranking the Kings, yo, go watch that bitch too, bro. Go watch Ranking the Kings.
What is this stupid furry bait doing on my seasonal anime chart?
Furry bait.
Oh fuck. Odd Taxi cemented the sentiment this year that the best shows came from the most unlikely of places. On the surface, this looks like the furthest thing from anime of the year contender material. But Odd Taxi doesn't need fancy animation, aesthetic character designs, or a big studio budget behind it because it has the audacity to just try and carry itself with sheer engrossing writing, which it does. Where most shows fail to absorb you in a single plot line, Odd Taxi manages to engross you in 10, with grounded characters and dialogue so punchy it'll make you sit down and go, damn. Word got hands. It's a show that treats you with more of a level of respect than I treat my best friends. Taste in food, there's no hand-holding here. You are shown what you are needed to be shown, one scene, one piece of dialogue at a time. This shot showed this item, okay, this piece goes here. That character mentioned that thing, okay, so that piece goes there. Piece by piece, this puzzle starts to unravel itself. What seems like a pool of unconnected storylines slowly starts to form a coherent whole. But the full picture is never clear until the very last moment where the show stands up, takes off its bathrobe, and cock slaps you faster than you can say, do you want my rod or this rod? The climactic ending didn't just land on 2 feet. He did a double twisting somersault in the process, backflipped as an encore, then bowed out to a serenade of applause. It's shows like these that just reaffirm my faith in anime. It shows me that there are still creators out there willing to make original, provocative works of art in an industry saturated with mediocrity and pandering, and that there is still someone out there who is willing to take the risk to approve it. No matter how much I'll gravitate to the 100th isekai or the next big shonen powerhouse, it's finding gems like these that keep me coming back, and I hope to God that they never stop being made.
He got all the bitches. Alright, I'm gonna say right now, I ain't never seen Odd Taxi. I hear recommended a lot, like a lot. Even Rose should be hitting up YBR. Even Rose should be hitting up Brock Lee. He's like, yo, listen, Odd Taxi, bro. Yo, yeah, I gotta watch that shit. So I'm actually not surprised it's up here at number 3. Credit to gigguk's taste. Me personally, because I haven't seen it, Phoebe better than Odd Taxi. This is my shit!
The conclusion to the Infinity War saga. I don't think in my history of being an anime fan,
it is AOT.
Like
oh my god.
Just being a simple anime to a full-blown culture.
AOT was in 2021?
Exactly
oh.
Watching the final season of Attack on Titan. I went to anime to a full.
You know what's funny about AOT? I was like, did AOT come out in 2021? I forgot it said AOT 2021 final season, right? And it's like final season part 2, final season part 3, and then final season part movies. Yeah. That's why it started playing AOT music. I was like, that's my shit. But I was like, I don't think it came out in 2021. Yeah. Oh, it did. Huh.
Blown cultural event, but that's exactly what I felt.
2 years for final season. Oh my god.
I went into the year thinking the hype couldn't peak harder than it did at the end of season 3. But Attack on Titan season 4 dropped so hard, my grandma thought the Germans had come back. It's rare to see a series with the balls to attempt a story with the sheer scale and ambition of the plot on display here. And it's even rarer to see one that actually manages to follow through with it. To call this season a new look would be an understatement. Because until you saw some familiar faces, no one would even blame you for thinking you put on the wrong fucking show. And even then, you still probably wouldn't recognize them. Mikasa went, new haircut, who dis? Erin's gone from, hello sir, nice to meet you, to, oh, Maria isn't the only thing getting smashed tonight. And Armin is finally taller than everyone else. The villains
Stop.
we hated are now our heroes, and the heroes we looked up to are now the villains. New characters, new settings, new conflict, an entirely new genre of show, and it somehow feels like this was the only direction the story could have ever gone. Just how? Seeing the evolution of Attack on Titan from season 1 has not just been a delight for recent shows I've seen, but one of the biggest delights I've had as an anime fan, period. Regardless of how it ends, this has done what few series will ever be able to do. And whether it lands on 2 feet or falls flat on its face this coming year, you bet your ass I'm gonna be chomping down on that popcorn the entire way.
Nah, ALT. Hey, y'all already know ALT's number 1. I don't even have to say ALT's top 3. It's not number 3 no more. Y'all already know. Channel canon. Yeah, ALT's number 1, bro. And the final season, I remember. So I think I talked about this before. Back in the day, I had read ALT up until the end of season 3. So when season 4 dropped, the final season of ALT, that was all brand new to me. So just like y'all, I was like, I'm fucking blind from this point moving forward, which is why on the reactions, I wasn't on this season 1, 2, 3 reactions, right? I'd already seen it. And I had already read it. But that's right where I had stopped. And when I tell you the number of times my mind was blown, my favorite part, this is fucked up. You know my favorite part about season 4 of ALT was? It was that these niggas at in Marley, they're like, oh my god, Aaron's here? Send out the Warhammer. Like the Warhammer was supposed to do something. Warhammer got that egg cracked, son. Got that ass ate. Fucking war. Yo, shortest Titan sighting in all of history. This bitch popped up for like, I think that Warhammer Titan popped up for, it was either 1 episode or 1.5 episodes and got that ass tore up, boy. Oh, I'm not gonna say spoiler alert, because, suck one. Y'all made it this far, so what you gonna do? Stupid. No, I'm joking though. But that ass, yo, that season 4, oh my god, just, whoo. What's number 1 though? Mushoku came out in 2021? For real?
That in all my years of being
honestly,
fan,
I support this at number 1. Should have out by ALT, but
for the last decades, that this was the show I was waiting for. Mushoku Tensei isn't just amazing for an isekai, it isn't just amazing for a fantasy, it's just an amazing show. It's been such a long time since I watched something that awoke that pure, childish sense of adventure, that just made me feel like I was going on a grand adventure with my friends, and completely lost in a totally new world. The world sucks you in and immerses you. The water magic feels almost alive. You can feel the scorched air of the desert landscape. It's another world that's been stunningly crafted and carefully brought to life. I can't begin to talk about how good of a job the newly formed Studio Binds did. You see this?
Beautiful work.
Yeah, this is just a throwaway training scene. This spread has more care put into it than the entirety of 7 Deadly Sins Season 3, but it maintains this quality through every second of its runtime. The series has the best action scenes, the best dance scenes, the best subtle character moments, the best bread scenes. But it goes beyond just animation. The music, the cinematography, the voice acting, they invented not just 1 but 2 made-up languages for different races of this fictional world, which can and has been translated, which is absolutely insane. There's an episode which is like 80% spoken in made-up languages just to further immerse you in this world. Studio Binds poured their fucking hearts into every single little detail, and it shows. Each frame has more love and care put into it than most anime get in an entire season, but behind this masterful craft, there's also just a real heart behind the story being told here. Being a part of Rudius's long journey of learning from his mistakes of his previous life is just an absolute joy
when he's locked up.
There are many things about our protagonist that will understandably put people off the show, and look, I get it, and I don't stand behind it either, because let's not forget, he's this guy. But the series never lets you forget how flawed of a guy he is, and every tiny lesson he learns, every small thing he does to change his actions for the better, just makes you want to stand up and go, yes, that's it! That's what I'm talking about. This isn't a show where I found myself projecting on the main character, but instead cheering him on to become a better person. This is no longer the self-insert isekai. It's a self-reflection isekai, and I think this is true for every single person in the show. His dad, kind of an asshole, but learns from it because parents are still human after all. Eris, well, she's your typical short fuse, violent tsundere bitch you've seen in every other anime, so what happens? She gets the shit beaten out of her. Now she knows there are times to be patient. Characters learn and grow from their mistakes. Everyone is on their own personal journey. You see people flawed people fighting to be the best person they can be. After all this time, I finally understood what isekai was meant to be about. A story that didn't just ignore a person's previous life, but used it as a stepping stone to find the path to a better one. A series that didn't just show you another world, but made you feel like you were a part of it.
Fucking
this is what I
bro.
watch isekai for. This is what animation was made for, and this is why I goddamn fucking love anime. Isekai trash? Nah. I only watch isekai treasure.
Nice. Okay, buddy. Isekai trash treasure. Nah, that's one of the greatest arguments for Mushoku Tensei ever. It's not, I love he said, it's not so much we're cheering Rudis on in his current state. It's that we want him to experience the change and become a better person. A lot of times the discourse I hear around Mushoku Tensei is Rudis is trash. He's a shitty person. He did X, Y, and Z. Never forget, he looks like this and he's in this body and he's doing things. Yeah, and he's actively changing out of that person. You have to understand, if you've never gone through a metamorphosis, you've never gone through a change, you never just try to reimagine who you fundamentally are, I feel like that's why a lot of people just can't get behind it. Yes, he's trash. He has a lot of shitty things, but you know, the way you would write someone off is they do one trash thing or three trash things and they're irredeemable. Everybody is redeemable if they're willing to change. And Rudis is always willing to change. He's actively trying not to be exactly what he was in his last life. It's a fucking beautiful argument. I wish I was able to articulate it before I heard Gigguk said it so I could stomp on all you Twitter hoes. But alas, I'm using another man's words, which is actually pretty... Pause.
But anyway, I've talked for far too long already, even having to cut out so many other shows I enjoyed but didn't have enough to say about. We got it all this year. The good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the epic, the funny, and the downright beautiful. It's been an up and down year for me overall, but it's been you guys that have helped me get through it. And whether 2021 was a great year for you or not, you can't deny it. It was a pretty great year for anime.
Oh man. Raja! I didn't know there was season 2 of Dragon Maid until this moment. That was best anime 2021. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw where Nagatoro and Komi was, I kind of looked at Gigguk funny, bro. When I saw where he put Vivian 86, I kind of looked at homie funny, bro. But he was not lying when he said 2021 was absolutely stacked with bangers. Oh my god. At the end, Mushoku Tensei took the #1 spot, which was fantastic in my opinion. Honestly, I still love Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is actually the #1. I would rate it as the #1 isekai of all time, at least for me. It beats out every other isekai I've ever seen, like by far. And it's honestly probably in my top 10. It's probably my top 10 anime of all time. I would say it's probably my top 10 anime of all time. I gotta get a manga one for it because we were watching Mushoku Tensei in a year where I wasn't buying manga yet. So I gotta go back and get that. But yeah, exactly what Gigguk said. I think I love Mushoku Tensei. I think people want to put themselves in Rudis' shoes, but they can't because honestly, he's a pretty shitty person if we're being real with you. But the joy in Mushoku Tensei is not replacing Rudis with yourself. It's watching Rudis, who's a very crude, rude, and didn't use his last life very well piece of shit, actively change and become a better person. The inner monologues and struggles when he can do something disgusting but he holds back and he doesn't. Sometimes he still has those lusty eyes and other times he's like, no, not right now. I gotta focus. It's very real. It's very dynamic. Me personally, the reason I can kind of replace / identify with it, when I was trying to lose weight, I went through some of the things Rudis and internal dialogue was going through, where it's like you want to go to your old habits, you want to do the things that made you that person that you became, but you actively know that you can't do that. You have to be disciplined, you have to be committed, you have to stay on the path of trying to be a better person, no matter what temptations come along to want to throw you off. And then there's some times where you're going to indulge a little bit, and you know, in those moments, you're not very proud of what you did. You loved it in the moment, but at the same time, you already know it's like, okay, that's not who I am. I'm not going to do that again. I don't know. Maybe that's why Mushoku Tensei speaks to me and I understand it. Oh man, now I sound like y'all. You guys don't like Mushoku Tensei because you don't understand. Oh fuck, I am one of y'all. Damn. Well, you know what they say, you live long enough to die a hero or become the villain yourself. I am a villain, so fucking be it. Mushoku haters. But anyways, I digress. AOT final season, y'all already know AOT is my favorite anime of all time. It being in second place, only the Mushoku Tensei, I can accept that. I wouldn't have done it, me personally, but respect to gigguk. Ranking of Kings, fire. Odd Taxi, Link Clink. There's a lot of ones here. Odd Taxi, Link Clink, and yeah, Odd Taxi, Link Clink beating out Komi and Nagatoro don't sit right with me, but again, his taste versus my taste, shows he's seen versus shows I haven't seen. Who knows? I might watch Link Clink and Link Clink. Oh, it is Link Clink. I might watch Link Clink, Sunny Boy, and be like, oh yeah, no, I see why he rated these up there. Or I might watch him and hate him. I don't know, but all I know is he touched on a lot of GOATs. In the beginning of the video, I had said, you know, I feel like this year anime was one of the thicker ones, and it absolutely was. Part 6 of JoJo came out, I think, at the very end of the year, right? And Netflix dropped it in 2 halves, like separating my 3 weeks. It was fucking intense. Part 6 of JoJo was solid. I'm actually surprised it made it this far up gigguk's list, but we also know he kind of likes that JoJo. Kind of likes it a lot. I think my underrated one, and I'm not gonna say underrated because he did put Ranking of Kings in 4th place. I forgot about Ranking Kings. It should have been higher. You're like, higher where? It got 4th place. I don't know, man. Not 1, not 2. I'm dumb, but yeah, this was a thoroughly good season of anime. It really was. Like 2021 was so thick. It was Serena Williams, J Lo, Sofia Vergara thick. Oh my god. A lot of good stuff came out. A lot of dope shows. Again, I am here to peddle to you once again the propaganda of 86 and VV. I would have had those. I'd had Nagatoro, 86, VV in the top 5. No, I couldn't. I'd had VV. My top 5 in no order. Actually, I'll put it in order. My top 5 in order would have been AOT, Mushoku, Ranking of Kings, VV, 86. That would have been my top 5. That would have been my top 5. I want to throw Nagatoro in, honorable mention, but if I gotta go top 5, that's what I'm going with. Nagatoro, yeah, is Nagatoro that good? Yo, Nagatoro is that good. It's really that good. I like Komi, thoroughly enjoy Komi. A little too slapsticky for me, but Komi was also fire. Very good moments, very real moments. Oh, Horimiya. I lied. I put Horimiya. Oh, no, I put Horimiya behind Nagatoro. Honorable mention to Nagatoro and Horimiya to round out my top 7. That's it right there. Comment down below, how would you rate your anime from 2021? Especially after watching this video and what you remember. How would you rate your anime? What was your favorite thing out? Who was your favorite waifu of 2021? I want to hear that too. Unpopular opinion, I'm saying my favorite waifu was actually Vivi, because I know if I shoot up the club, she ain't getting pregnant. And I know she got them extra functions, a little vibrate, a little jiggle, some rattle, whoo, extra loop, whoo, my God. And she probably won't talk. I'm sorry, that got too real. Anyways, I'm gonna remain behind the cam, as always, never forget, stay nasty, y'all. You wanna go around? Oh, right, I'm really fucking shaking, bro.